Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. I already know what it is. We back with another one of them things, and you already know what it is. We got ourselves one hell of a matchup. We'll be discussing the Los Angeles Lakers taking on obviously the New York Knicks. This is a marquee matchup whenever these two get an opportunity. Whenever you got LeBron James walking into Madison Square Garden, that's must-see TV. Make no mistake about the situation. But we got a 4-point game right now in New York. The stars are out, and the Knicks, they have all stars, point blank, period. Homage must be paid. It's going down right now. Let me know who y'all got in this matchup. We are live right now as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, we live for a Laker postgame. The Lakers, LeBron has just been up in arms, running his mouth. Obviously, he's talking up the Lakers. They need to do something in terms of possibly within, or we all know he always loves to make moves. So it's only time will tell to see how all of this is going to shake out in terms of what LeBron is going to do. But we will be here to document it all. We're in the midst of a commercial break right now. The Knicks look like I wouldn't say they're on the ropes, but they're down right now. They're going to be looking to come back up. Shout out to New York City, everybody rocking with the orange and blue. LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers, they have come to town. Let's see if they can survive this encounter. Anthony Davis has been vocal too tonight. We got AD out here. It's going down. Salute to everybody in the chat. We're coming back from a commercial break. We got LeBron, AD. Everybody's out there. I got LeBron with the ball as 196. LeBron shaking and baking. LeBron for 3. He missed it. So the Knicks get a break right there. Look like we got Spike Lee out there. Don't tell me that's Spike out there. We got Hardenstein out there. We got the all-star superstar guard and Jalen Brunson. New York got a point guard, for crying out loud. The Knicks just called the timeout. AD, he got 8 points, 16 boards, and 4 blocks. Lord have mercy. I mean, he doing everything else but scoring. He controlling that paint. 16 boards. You can't argue with that. Can't get upset with that. What can you say when you got a man out there grabbing boards like that? The NBA has been wild today in terms of all of the marquee matchups and games. Taking a quick look at the schedule, obviously we got Lakers and Knicks on hand, but right now you got the Cavaliers. They're up on the San Antonio Spurs. You have Milwaukee. They're up on Dallas, 111 to 105. You have the Brooklyn Nets. They took down the Philadelphia 76ers. We had Steph Curry. He put up a 60-piece tonight. It was spoiled. Shout out to DeJounte and company. The Bulls obviously lost, today against the Sacramento Kings. We all know the Chicago Bulls is going through a little bit of turmoil right now. We discussing what's going on. Obviously, we know with Lonzo, but then you have the situation going on now with Zach LaVine. So it's a mess, if you ask me. I hope that they get it together. But Jalen Brunson, they doubling Jalen Brunson. He undersized, so they got ways they trying to work him. It's going to be interesting to see if people take this matchup. I like the way that the Lakers have been defending the Knicks. Here come Brunson. Brunson getting triple teamed out there. So the Lakers just get a steal. The Knicks ain't scoring almost 4 minutes. The Knicks ain't scoring 4 minutes. The Lakers done shut them down. There's still plenty of time. 3:20 to go. We got LeBron with the rock. LeBron has it. LeBron gives it to Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves for three. And it's good. Good God. Austin Reeves just hit a bomb. This is not a good look. We got Austin Reeves out there connecting. Jalen Brunson shaking and baking with his largest lead. Brunson kicks it out. They moving it. They kick it out to DiVincenzo. To Hardenstein, and he missed. Oh, my goodness. The Knicks continue to miss shots. They can't do a damn thing. Taurean Prince for three. He missed it. Rebounded by Precious. Here comes Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson with it. Oh, my goodness. They call. So the Knicks get a break. Lakers playing some defense. Lakers out here playing defense, man. We got LeBron James screaming. LeBron that was a good pass to Reeves, man. Here comes Jalen Brunson with it. Brunson has the ball. They kick it to Hart. Precious Chua for three. He missed it. Jalen Brunson gets it. Brunson finds the Precious, and he cannot. The Knicks cannot make a damn thing. Damn, the Knicks went ice cold. And that's why the Knicks need to make a trade, because of things like this. They need that guy. What the hell is OG? Nick, here comes LeBron. LeBron scored it. So the Knicks called a timeout. They got a 9-point lead in the Garden. He's shaking his head. You know, when LeBron come to the Garden, he like to show out. The Knicks can't score. The Knicks just went ice cold, y'all. Give credit to LeBron. LeBron said it's his favorite away arena, Madison Square Garden. We all know the epic times he had here with Cleveland, with Miami. You know, I mean, the list goes on. He's looking to do it right now with Los Angeles. It's not like playing in the Garden. It's like you're on the stage. You know, we heard a lot of players speak on that in the past. Austin Reeves and these guys, they got to step it up, man. It's a new day. A lot of people thought Reeves and them was going to take off this year, but it seemed like it's being a little slow. This is what it is. We're in the middle of a commercial break right now. I don't know. A lot of Knicks fans, man, they're not going to believe the Knicks until they actually do it. You ain't going to see Knicks fans going crazy until they actually do it, you know? I'm one of them. It's like, I don't believe it. They're going to have to show me. The Knicks just went cold. They can't score the game over. I thought the Knicks was going to try and do something. They can't do nothing. Give credit to Los Angeles, their defense. They shut down the New York Knicks. You got to give them major props. You got LeBron posting up on Josh Hart. This look like barbecue chicken right here. LeBron hit the side of the backboard. That was way off. Hardenstein, he gives it out to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo with it. DiVincenzo got fouled. The Lakers, they played silent this quarter. We'll give the Knicks don't have all the pieces on the floor, so they haven't scored. They don't got Randall. They don't have nobody. So they just shut down Brunson. That was filthy. This game is over. I thought the Knicks was gonna do something, but they just went ice cold in the fourth quarter. The Knicks ain't scored in almost 7 minutes. That's why the Knicks lost. So 7 minutes of ice coldness has led them to a loss. DiVincenzo hit a 2 in garbage time, but it's over. It was 105-98. This game looked like it's all she wrote. Give credit to LeBron. These guys coming into Madison Square Garden doing what the hell they needed to do. Can't give them nothing but love. Hell, the Lakers needed this game more than the Knicks. So we'll see. What's the deal, Dax? Shout out Dax. I don't know if you can hear me. But salute to everybody in the chat. It said, what's the scoreboard now? There's a lot to a little. The Knicks went ice cold. That was 105-98. Shit don't make no sense out here now. Better luck next time for the Knicks. But right now they third in the East. I don't know what it's going to be after this loss. Can you hear me now? Say what? The Knicks, this Eastern Conference is going to flip-flop like the West. So can't nobody get too comfortable out here. But shout out to the Lakers. They did what they were supposed to do. It don't get no better than that. Salute the Laker Nation. Rap guy talking about Wendy. It's 105-98. Shout out to the Lakers. It's looking like it's over.
Can you hear me now, Flight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Flight, I'll thank you, man. Trust me. I appreciate you guys donating this win. The Lakers flew out to the East Coast in the Mecca and basically gifted us a win. And it's a much needed win for the Lakers, you know. A lot of Lakers fans was just exhausted of the roller coaster ride the Lakers have taken them and us since the play-in tournament, you know. It seemed like the Lakers don't know how to function properly on a consistent level without the specialty courts. So we go down to Mecca, we pick up a big win on ABC, a nationally televised game. And I appreciate it, Flight. And thank you very much. And thank you to the boys in blue and orange for the victory.
Yeah, better luck next time. I can only credit your defense that changed the game towards the tail end. You know, say I shut the Knicks down there and scored in damn near 7 minutes. And when they did score, it was the game was over. So it was. I mean, you got Randall. You got. I mean, he's out. All you had was Brunson, really. So I think if you have Randall, it could be a different day. I don't think they go ice cold like that. They was tripling Brunson as well. If nobody was watching that towards the tail end, they started tripling and doubling him. Every time he penetrated, it was 2 and 3 defenders around him. So that affected Brunson.
Well, the Knicks are sending 2 to the All-Star, and I guess it was just time for Julius Randle to get a little rest because he's been playing like a monster let out of a cage after being entrapped for 5 years. So he's been ripping up the hardwood, Jalen Brunson as his sidekick, and the Knicks has been rolling. I mean, I wish the Lakers were in the position that the Knicks are in. I would trade tonight's victory for the standings. So Lakers got a lot of work to do ahead of this and after this victory. And the Knicks, they rolling in the dough right now. I mean, in New York, everybody's happy. They're riding around on little motorcycles, and things can be no better for the Knicks. So shout out to the Knicks for sending two to the All Coach of the Year. Right?
Yeah, you got a good point there. Only time will tell. That's all I can let you know. Only time will tell. But this was a good effort by y'all. Better luck next time for the Knicks. It's 109, 103. I think the Knicks, they wish they could get this one back. But shout out Brunson. He will be there at the All-Star game. Much deserving. That is true. When the last time you could say they sent two to the All-Star game, I can't even say they had two when Carmelo was there. You're absolutely right. Knicks third in the East, man. You got to respect that. You got to respect it. Jalen Brunson, man, double teamed way too much tonight. There's 11.9 seconds remaining. Brunson at 34, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. OG is out. Like I said, so the Knicks, they didn't have a lot of firepower. You got OG, Randall out. So I think if we have our pieces, I think it's a different ball game. I think we beat the Lakers pretty handily. They don't go ice cold.
Please subscribe to Flight Sports TV, hit the like button, and leave a comment.
They ain't going to go 7 minutes without scoring if they have OG and they have Randall. This dude, AD tonight had 18 rebounds, 4 blocks. He only got 10 points. I think he's finally going to get his double-double right here. He's going to get 10 points. It's a wild game. Yeah, I seen that rap now. That was a good game. Zion was killing. We'll give major props to the New York Knicks. They fought, but they lost. They just prolonging this game with all these fouls. I don't know what the Lakers are going to do this season. That's really, like I said, how far are they going to make it? I guess it really don't matter the seedings as long as the Lakers can get into the playoffs.
Mic check, Flight.
I'm here with you.
Oh, okay. I don't know why my mic keeps going in and out. Yeah, I said it was a valid effort for the New York Knicks on the collective, minus some of their big guns. And this is what the Lakers are supposed to do. They're supposed to beat you if you don't have all your firepower. If the Lakers would have lost this game, man, LeBron probably would have flew home in his own private jet. It wouldn't be on the team's chart.
No. That would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been bad. So I saw the video that you put up. You said LeBron was flirting with the Knicks.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you didn't hear about that report?
I mean, I'm not going to acknowledge that or even qualify that with an answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's just playing games.
mean, the man got too much money invested in his LA lifestyle for him to just abruptly jump over into New York. I mean, come on. That doesn't even make sense. You can't even make it make sense.
Yeah, man. But I mean, y'all got to do something in Los Angeles, man, to put something around them.
I mean, listen, LA's got a good team. This is not no bunch of slop put together, you know, like Jailhouse SOS. This is a really well put together team. They just gotta get it together and really want to play. I mean, they show they can string wins. They just gotta continue playing like that every day. But LA, listen, the Los Angeles lifestyle, you have to have a strong mentality in order to avoid not getting sucked up. Because it's just too much to distract. And if you're not focused on being a real, true champion participant basketball player, you can get caught up and get caught up easy. So that's the only thing the Lakers have to do is just get focused and play basketball. Because when you look at their roster from top to bottom, they're pretty deep. That's not a shabby team. They might play shabby and, you know, play with a little condescending, spirited competition, which is egregious to me. You know, you can't underestimate none of your enemies, your foes, or your competitors. You can't do that. Not in the NBA. You know, the game is too closely supervised for you to do that. Unlike baseball and football, where you have an expanse of field and space. You know what I'm saying? Basketball is too tight knit. It's right there in front of you. There's no way around. Either you come to play, or you're gonna get your fanny blown out. Oh.
Well, what about him actually joining New York, though? I mean,
that's a fantasy. That's fantasy basketball.
So why does he continue to play like it? He really thinking like
I'm just stroking the media. That's all.
Wow. But what if the Knicks?
I don't think LeBron have no interest in playing him at all.
What if the Knicks pick up Brownie?
How can the Knicks pick up Bronny? Like, I mean, what scenario can you draw up that will come to a conclusion that Bronny could be a Knick? Think they're going to trade for
Well,
to move up in the draft?
I don't know if he's going to get drafted maybe this year. I don't know. It's still time. But I think the last projections I've seen, I don't think
the Knicks have no interest in Bronny right now.
I mean, but you got to think of the package deal. What that means to other teams too, as well. They might think if they get Brownie, they get him.
About time LeBron goes to the Knicks, he will be resting they will have to put a rocking chair on the sideline. He already sits on a high chair with a big old pad. They're going to have to give him a rocking chair by the time he gets to the Knicks.
Right.
But I can tell you the Knicks are more closer to the championship than the Lakers right now. Prima facie.
Yeah, I think the Knicks just got to keep doing what they got to do. I think they're going to attract a superstar caliber player like LeBron. Maybe not him, but they could use another piece. I'm not going to overreact to this loss because they didn't have OG, they didn't have Julius, so I'm not going to trip out too much.
Yeah, you know, it's getting closer to All-Star, and players are winding it down, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to participate in that All-Star weekend of festivities and joy and celebrating your personal accolades to be amongst the elite, the top 30 of the NBA. So a lot of players is not really playing longer. You know what I mean? I'm even surprised they let Bronson play. Excuse me, let Bronson play without Julius. So maybe they're just staggering their resting. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a home game, so they could have rested Bronson. But maybe Bronson's one of the type of players that he's play.
Yeah, I like
That's
Jalen
Rick's
Brunson.
son.
A lot of people sleep on JB.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he showed what he can do when he was in Dallas.
Yeah, man, he's this dude. You think he should be in the MVP race?
You know what? I haven't really studied his numbers, but I have read some articles, Sports Illustrated, Knicks Nation, about Jalen Brunson ascension into the MVP conversation. But I think Anthony Edwards deserved more of an MVP than Jalen Brunson because Anthony Edwards is number one seed all season long. And New York is just the third seed in the Eastern Conference that's top heavy. Whereas the Western Conference, they top 10 heavy. Anybody in that top 10, you know, maybe outside of Houston, have a real opportunity to represent 50% of that Western Conference championship. But a lot of people believe that Minnesota is fool's gold.
Yeah, like what if the Lakers match up with Minnesota? You like their chances?
Oh, yeah. I like the Lakers' chances against anybody except Denver. I think Denver is the Lakers' Achilles heel. I really believe that. I mean, you know, Denver have their number based on what the Lakers have done to Denver in the recent past since the bubble. Because that Laker team was stout, they were strong, they was determined, and it was full of veterans. So LeBron didn't have to babysit nobody. Everybody woke up and knew their chore and went out and completed their task and executed to the fullest, and they became champions, albeit in the bubble. So with this crew now with the Lakers, you know, we know LeBron don't want to babysit, but it seems like you have to a certain degree. Some of the players are just not mentally ready to play championship basketball every day. And when you wear that Laker uniform, especially coming off a championship in the last 5 years, people want to hammer. And that Laker uniform, that purple and gold, is your armor. So if you're not taking care of your armor, then you're going to get them chinks in. And that's what's happening with the Lakers. You got to play Laker basketball every freaking night, and especially on the road. Because they love to get the Lakers into their building and turn them into mincemeat. That's a joy for a lot of teams because they're not winning the championship. So beating the Lakers or beating Boston, beating Golden State, that's a seasonal championship for some teams. So they get up for those games because that's where everybody come out to party when these teams come to town. You feel me, Flight?
Yeah.
So people turn the town red when the Golden States of the world, the Lakers, and the Bostons of the world, you know, come to your town. Even the Clippers, even though they ain't won nothing, but even the Clippers. When these teams come to your town, it's party time. Everybody's coming. Chicks, the ballers, the hustlers. You know what I'm saying? And so the host team want to win that game. So when they section off their VIP, you know what I'm saying? They want to chop it up with a win. And that's what a lot of this is all about. And that's why these teams play so damn hard when they play these championship-driven teams.
You got a good point there. Yeah, do you think the Lakers are a championship-driven team?
Of course they're
It
championship-driven
seems like
teams.
they're on and off.
But no, you asked me if the Lakers are a championship-driven team. Of course they are. Every year the Lakers won a championship. That's what they want. Same as Boston, same as Golden State. Those are, these are perennial championship-driven teams. Whether they win the championship or not, that's their goal. That's their mission. It's not to make the playoff. It's not to make the play-in. It's not to have a deep run. No, it's to get to the Western Conference and then give it your all in that series and then represent your conference in the NBA Finals. And then it's 50-50 from there. You know what I'm saying? 50-50 with some luck, you can win. And that's what the Lakers trying to position themselves into, that type of atmosphere. But it's a mindset. And I just don't believe everybody on the Lakers have that mindset. And I don't believe Coach Ham, DH, Big DH, haven't instilled that kind of mindset in some of the remnants on the Los Angeles Lakers bench. And that is a communication problem. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel that Coach DH tell his players this is what he wants out of them. And if he doesn't see it coming out of them, he's not coaching it to extricate it out of them. He just let them be and just reduce their minutes. And they have to try to figure it out. And I don't think that's the proper approach with this Laker roster. With the Vanderbilts, with the Rues, with the Reeves, with the Russells. I don't think you can do that with these guys. I don't think they're built like that. You know what I'm saying? Even Cam Reddish, he's a part of that developmental core as well. So that right there is I think Darvin Ham is, I think he see his team and these guys like to party and they like to do their thing in LA. And I think Darvin Ham, by always being in small market organizations, I don't think he take kind to that. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I hope he's not a fish out of water. I really hope Darvin Ham's not a fish out of water like Adrian Griffin in over his head. I just hope that's not the case with Darvin. Because you have to have a special kind of coaching approach in order to use the tools that's necessary to get these players in alignment. And you're going to have to accept the LA lifestyle because to the Lakers is the location in the life. So that is inextricably and these players, and especially some of the younger players. That's 25 and younger.
Listen, I got a lot of versatility over there.
Shopping. Being out there. Oh, Mom, can you hear me still?
Yeah, I was just saying that I got a lot of versatility. Yeah?
Let me know if my mic don't.
I think you're good. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in Los Angeles. Shout out rap guys.
Did my mic come back in? Mic check.
What'd you say?
Yeah, my mic keeps going out for some reason. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. But I don't know what you heard because I was just rambling.
No, I mean you were pretty good.
Yeah. So basically, what I was saying is that Darvin Ham, to put it in a nutshell, Darvin Ham have to be extremely careful because what brought these players to the Lakers and allow Rob to sign them, Rob Pelinka, the GM, to sign them, is basically the Lakers the LA lifestyle, the LA atmosphere, and uh, they want to showcase their success by pushing their Porsches, pushing their Urus, pushing their Cullingans, pushing their Maybachs. You follow what I'm saying? This is what these players do. They pull up to these clubs up in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And socialize with the socialites of LA. That's part of the allure to even getting these players there. So Darvin Ham have to understand that is strictly entwined in the fabric of Lakerland. And if he don't get that or grasp that, then he's going to be lost in the sauce and he's going to be in over his head. So he have to use his tools to be able to pry in these young men. I'm talking about the guys that's like 26 and under. I ain't talking about the vet. But the guys that's 26 and under, it's fascinating, especially, these guys come to LA every now and then when it was playing sports, AAU or college or whatever. It's different when you a full-grown man and you got millions of dollars in your bank account. And the lap of luxury is afforded to you right there in your backyard. Yachts, beaches, private beaches. You know what I'm saying? The strip, luxury cigar smoke houses. You know what I'm saying? You got even very upscale hookah lounges. Hidden restaurants where you're separated from the public, and it's just the upper echelon of the financial wizardry of Los Angeles bigwigs, and you're able to flirt in those circles because you're a Laker, and these people come to see you play. And when they come to see you play, they might invite you out to some restaurant they own or some swinger thing they got going on. I'm telling you, it's just crazy. So Darvin Ham is, he has to be very careful on his approach on these young players, and he don't lose them by trying to get them to understand the importance of their job. So he's got to be careful. I don't want him to fall like Adrian Griffin. You in over your head and you want to get aggressive to try to send a message, and you bring the nigga shit out. You forget that you're a professional coach. You bring the nigga shit out.
How did Adrian Griffin bring the nigga shit out?
I mean, he pulls up on them players and be like, look, man, what the fuck y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna go out like this? And everybody's not amped to receive that kind of coaching. You know what I'm saying? And this is why people was calling Giannis out. Like, dude, you act like you this hardcore basketball player, but when motherfucker push up on you, you crumble. And then you go run into the administration. And you killing coaches' careers, good coaches. Because you don't want to be, dressed down. That's what they call it. You don't want to be dressed down. Don't talk to me like they talk to the other people. I'm doing my job. So you get too aggressive sometimes, you think a person can handle that aggression because you looking like, okay, you black, you know what I'm saying? And you African and you from Nigeria.
You ain't cut behind the head. Yes.
My bad. Yeah, I know you can handle it. And come to find out, they might can't handle it like that. They used to that shit. They forget that they're still foreigners. They're not American born players that come up through the muck and mire of really basically shortness. I'm gonna say shortness. I'm not gonna get too ridiculous. So I'm gonna say come up in shortness. You know what I mean? Where you're not. I'm not saying that Giannis didn't come up like that because he was poor, but our poor and other country poor is different because you could be poor in another country but not really feel it. You know what I'm saying? So you could be poor in another country and not really feel it because of the culture and the certain kind of love and upbringing that you have in those foreign countries that sometimes escape America inner cities. And something that you have to be able to carefully differentiate. Their ghettos, the ghettos in London, is not like the ghettos in America. You see? Because everybody have ghettos. China, India, Brazil, everybody got ghettos. But a lot of times those ghettos is much different than the ghettos, the atmosphere of the ghettos in America. And you might be poor in another country, but the racism might not be as bad. So you don't feel the overall 3 cubic feet of pressure that you are divinely carrying since you've been born. In America, growing up with less than most, that pressure is squeezed. That natural 3 feet of cubic air that we breathe, that we naturally breathe, according to our anatomical structure, it's always get violated. Somebody's violating your space in those inner cities. I'm talking inner city. I ain't talking about suburban black that's, middle class and stuff like that. That's a whole different dynamic. I'm talking about these tight head niggas in the ghetto.
That's crazy.
They talk game. They talk and got to be superior over most. So you got to be able to talk good. As they say. This means
It looked like you having some technical difficulties. Shout out Rock to teams that consistently win 50 or 60 games are title contenders. You can say that. We pretty much know who the title contender is going to be every single year. And then even the teams that have outside chances and things like that. Casual was good.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good?
What's good, man? We can't call it. You see the Lakers just took down the Knicks. Sure. Did you see that game?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
I'm sorry if my mic went out again.
Too busy watching this Bucks versus Mavs game, man.
Was that casual?
Yeah.
Salute, bro.
Salute.
So what do you think about the game tonight? Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say before you go, casual. Let them know what you got coming up tomorrow. Let everybody know what you're doing.
Oh man, so we got a show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Vanity Sports Debates. We're going to be talking about give me 1 second.
Drop the link in the chat too.
Okay,
so everybody, yeah. It's not like everybody else's channel. You come here.
For sure. We're gonna be talking about the Doc Rivers head coaching situation. How's it going so far? 3 games in, well, it'll be 4 games in. how I feel. Me personally, I'm be talking about how I feel about the Adrian Griffin firing being so early in the season. When we talk about all-star snubs, the Trey Youngs, the De'Aaron Foxes, the Sabonises of the world, we're going to be talking about whether the Boston Celtics are contenders or pretenders. And then we're also going to be talking about Embiid's injury. And is it fair for players to be ineligible for awards if not meeting the minimum requirements of 65 games? So yeah, that's on the to-do list for tomorrow's show. I'm gonna send the link now.
Yeah, appreciate it. I just want to make sure you get your promos out there, and on and off as on and
I
off as the
appreciate it.
stream, on and off as the stream grows. Continue to let everybody know what's up.
I got you.
Y'all know you've been there a while now. And definitely, like I said, we're gonna want to definitely come to your stream as well. And rock and roll over there. I know it's gonna be epic. I can't wait till we get that opportunity. Everybody support the casual, man. He come to Flight Sports. He do a lot of amazing work. He provide amazing content. And like I said, got amazing insight. We all know he rocking with the Pacers, his Bucks. It's going down.
Well, how I become a Pacers guy is crazy.
Well, I thought, Tyrese, Well, maybe
all I said was facts. It doesn't make me a fan that lay facts out, man. Come on.
But drop your chat, your thing in the actual chat too.
Yeah, you put in a private chat. You got to put in the main chat.
Okay. I'm putting it right now.
Y'all go check out Casual. He got a big time live stream tomorrow. Who knows? You might even see Flight Sports over there. And y'all make sure y'all go check him out on usually as well. He got a lot of amazing things going on.
Rap God, you said Doc Rivers is the James Harden of coaching, but Doc got a chip. He got a chip.
Yeah, but shit, that was
Harden don't have no hardware. No, I'm just comparing it on that level. I'm not saying he's the best coach for the job that he just received, but I'm saying he is a championship coach. He got just as many championships as Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, I mean, but Rick Carlisle don't have as many 3-2 leads blown or 3-1 leads blown as Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, I'm telling you,
Chris Paul got hurt. I mean, you gotta also insert that dynamic. The injury of Chris Paul. It seems like that's excellent.
Yeah. I don't even think that's talked about nearly as much. But there are some series where even like the Houston Rockets in 2015, Chris Paul was hurt to start the series off. He was perfectly healthy the rest of that series. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, for playoff standards, nobody's 100%. But he was good enough to go for them to have a 3-1 lead or a 3-2 lead at that time. And so for you to have as big of a collapse as you did in Game 6 and then fold in Game 7, completely just giving up, that's a red flag. And so when Doc Rivers has stuff like that on his resume, no, the James Harden.
But that wasn't a Doc team, that Houston team.
That was.
That's Mike.
No. The Clippers. He was coaching the Clippers, who gave up a 3-1 lead against the Houston Rockets. Yeah. And they were objectively a better team.
Oh, no doubt. It was a better team. That everybody thought that Clipper team that was up 3-1 on the Rockets was going to knock off Golden State, because all that season they was hammering Golden State. And Golden State, that's the only team Golden State didn't want to see in the 7 games at that time.
Yeah. So the complaints on Doc Rivers is warranted because the resume speaks for itself on how many loaded teams he's been on. Well, loaded teams is crazy, but great teams he's been on, and how he failed to deliver. That has to be taken into account. And he has to take some accountability for those failures. Not all of it, but some of it. But he's coming to my Bucks. So, I'm rooting for him.
And also, Casual, I'm not just playing devil's advocate, but I'm really sincere about this. That Philly and Atlanta Hawks series, I don't see how that falls on Doc when Doc had him in the position to win that series, and Ben Simmons got otherwise.
Oh, you talking about in 2021?
Yes, sir.
No, I agree. I agree. I think him not having floor spacing, like he had floor spacers, but they weren't spacing the floor, which is something that Doc Rivers has been like. It's been one of the biggest complaints about him in the postseason. Like, that plays a part, but when it comes to how much better the 76ers were than the Atlanta Hawks, getting to that game 7, I'm sorry, but Joel Embiid did his job. The only star on that floor that did not play up to par was Ben Simmons. Not nearly. Tobias Harris did play like shit. So he did play like shit. But I think when your team is that much better, right? So like for instance, if we're talking about
That's right, Thunder. Tobias Harris throw his ass in there too. Long Island finest.
yeah, I was just about to say like that, like for instance, let's say the
Shout
Oklahoma
out to
City Thunder.
Tobias Harris. He played against my high school too. He was a big
Yeah.
thing out there in Long Island.
Oh wow.
What'd you say?
No, I say he did.
Yeah, he played against I went to Uniondale High School in New York. He went to Half Hollow Hills, if I'm not mistaken. And then they played against in Hofstra University. It was a big game. He had another dude on his team. His name was Sledge. Like, these dudes were nice. They was like dunking and shit like that. You know, we in high school, like, these motherfuckers is banging it. You know what I mean? That's what they was known for. You feel me? Him and his point guard, like I said, his point guard was like on some Derrick Rose shit. You know, he was almost just as notable as Tobias Harris, but his name was definitely ringing bells.
Yeah, I swear the amount of talent that like come from like small cities is nuts. If you think about it. Because I was just looking at Jared Vanderbilt's story. Because Jared Vanderbilt comes out of Texas. I don't know if y'all knew that. But the area that the school that he was going to, like I didn't imagine him being up here.
Well, if you're good, you got talent, they're gonna find you. I don't care where you play.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna find
yeah, you're right about that. But no, looking at this Lakers game, against the Knicks, they played well defensively. And again, like I think I don't think it was on this show, but I said before, and I'm gonna say it again. Anthony Davis is the best defender in the league because of games like this. If you look at that game, if you look at the game that they had against Golden State, right, or you look at the game like tonight. And then you look at the games that he's not on the floor for the most part. Like, do y'all see the difference in energy defensively that everybody is giving? On a night-to-night basis, they feel like they have a chance because of that guy they have covering their behind in the front court. Anthony Davis comes against the New York Knicks. And don't get me wrong, the New York Knicks offensively, like they're looking very, very skeptical with Julius Randle being out, right? And they're on their last leg when it comes to big man because Hardenstein is giving them everything he has. So was Precious Achua, I think that's his name. He played like I want to say like 40 plus minutes tonight. But their offense doesn't look that great, but defensively the Lakers look stout. On the perimeter, the guards for the Lakers and even LeBron a little bit was giving effort to where everybody except for Brunson wasn't really getting off from the 3-point line. I don't even think Brunson really got off. Let me check. Yeah, Brunson didn't even get off from the 3-point line. I think the only player that got off was DiVincenzo, and it took him 16 shots to get 6. So, like, the Lakers defensively was the story tonight, and also for me personally, like this is the recipe for the Lakers going forward if they want to keep on contending, especially with reports of Vanderbilt being out for the rest of the season. If Vanderbilt is out for the rest of the season, you need LeBron to continue to play this way. You need AD to continue to play this way. D'Lo and Austin Reeves had a solid game playing on the floor together. And you need Rui Hachimura to play more minutes than just 19. Like I don't know what's going on with that dynamic between Rui and Darvin. I think Darvin just has like he has a love affair with Taurean Prince. I was looking at a video from Legend of Winning. Shout out to Legend of Winning. He was talking about how Taurean Prince and Darvin Ham have a relationship based off of what they did in Atlanta when he was an assistant head coach to Mike Budenholzer. So he trusts Taurean Prince the same way he trusted Dennis Schroeder, and people were complaining about that when Dennis Schroeder was on the floor like more times than not last year. And they have a relationship from Atlanta as well, because who was the starting point guard when he was there in 2015? It would be Dennis Schroeder. So so I'm looking at this team, and even though Taurean Prince doesn't give you bad minutes, Rui Hachimura is just better. You can just tell the difference, especially with on the nights that are more occasional than not, where Taurean Prince really doesn't have it going from the 3-point line. He doesn't really offer you much outside of that. Whereas Rui Hachimura, he's shown you he's a positive on the defensive end, right? He's an extra player that can put the ball on the floor. You trust to put the ball on the floor. I don't see how he's getting 19 minutes in games and stuff like that. That just doesn't make sense, especially when you really don't have much room to not be playing these guys. But that being said, though, tonight was a good win for them. It was a good win for LeBron because Lord knows people have been on his ass lately about the reports of him possibly leaving, and then the New York thing. Like, don't get me started. But he played well. On the Knicks side, like I was stating earlier, outside of the 3-point struggles, Jalen Brunson was the only one on this team that was really getting it off. He was playing aggressive. You could tell that Jalen Brunson is taking notice that Julius Randle is not there, and he has to be the star. He has to be everything for this team as far as a facilitator, elite shot creator, the player that is able to stop the bleeding, quote unquote, when things start to get tough for the Knicks. And so he's trying his best, but at 6'1", going up against a team like the Lakers, who, I mean, if the Lakers, even when the Lakers have bad days, you still give them the benefit of doubt that this is a big team in this league. Like they have a lot of size. You can only do so much. And so I'm actually impressed, I'd say, that Jalen Brunson was efficient from the field all around, and that he got to the free throw line as much as he did, because the Lakers were doing a good job defensively, but Jalen Brunson was so aggressive that he was forcing the referees to blow the whistle. Otherwise, I don't think that this is as close as it was. So shout out to Jalen Brunson. Shout out to DiVincenzo for trying to be aggressive. I don't like him taking 22 shots and 16 of them coming from the 3-point line, but somebody has to do it, especially when you don't have a lot of floor spacing on the floor. Hardenstein's obviously he's not going to shoot a 3. Precious Achiuwa is not a good 3-point shooter. And even Josh Hart, even though he took 6 threes tonight, Josh Hart is not the guy that you want to go to for shooting threes at a high clip. And so DiVincenzo is the one that sort of has to do it, especially in Tom Thibodeau's system, where quiet as kept, he's going to run these guys into the ground. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but yeah, that's what I took from this game. What about y'all?
I took away that the New York Knicks, they got shut down in the fourth quarter. It was doing pretty well. It got shut down. You had no OG, no Julius. So, I mean, I think if you add those two, I think they beat the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. So I'm not going to jump the gun. They're third in the East. Yeah. They're a better team than the Lakers. I mean, I'm just going to call it how I see it. I'm not going to jump the gun. They had guys out tonight.
Did you think that this was a bad game for the Lakers? Outside of the fourth quarter, AD
didn't have a scoring night, but he did do everything else. He got a bunch of boards. Motherfucker damn near got 20 rebounds. 4 blocks. 4 or
Yeah,
5. You know what I'm saying?
4 blocks.
Yeah. So I mean, it was crazy, but I'm not gonna go crazy like, oh man, we need to reevaluate the Knicks.
Oh no.
They had guys out tonight. They went scoreless in the fourth. If you telling me you have Julius down there, they go 7 minutes without scoring. I mean, not in the regular season at least.
Yeah. Did you know that the Knicks starters played basically this whole game outside of Hardenstein, who got like 50? He got to get some minutes off the floor because of Jericho Sims playing like 15 tonight. But other than that, like everybody on the floor played 40 plus. Everybody in the starting lineup for the Knicks played 40 plus.
It was definitely a good game. I just got a notification on my phone about Doc Rivers coaching the All-Star game. Did you see that?
Yeah, I thought we talked about that the other day. That Doc Rivers was a winless coach, but he's going to coach the All-Star game.
Yeah, but he said that he's going to give the ring and everything to Adrian Griffin.
How is he coaching? Wait, how is he coaching the All-Star game when the Boston?
He said he's giving his bonus and the All-Star ring to Adrian Griffin.
Because Milwaukee was the best team with the best record last break. So that coach was supposed to coach this year All-Star, but he ended up getting fired. Yes. That's how it would have been Adrian Griffin.
Wait,
but
are
he
you
got
saying
fired,
like last year, like last season?
Or was that the number one seed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Last season.
That's how you get the All-Star, the season prior. That's how you get the coaching.
No, I thought the All-Star game was given who got the best record at the time before the All-Star.
Yeah, exactly.
break.
At the time of the break.
No. Now listen, next season it's going to be Joey.
Now you got to double check that
because he's going to have the best record.
Hold on.
Yeah,
that's great. If this is true, that's
how it works.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That is nuts. No way.
What does it say?
It says Milwaukee Bucks head coach Doc Rivers and his staff will coach the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Eastern Conference.
I know that.
I'm trying to look up the rules specifically.
Yeah, just look it up. This All-Star coaching procedure. Yep, that's exactly how that works.
Due to the Riley rule, Missoula is ineligible to coach the Eastern Conference this season. This rule was created
for not to have back-to-back.
Hold on. This rule was created after Pat Riley coached the Western Conference in the All-Star game each year, except one between 1982 and 1990.
God damn it, Riley.
Yep. Can't do back-to-back.
So, and Nick Nurse replaced Rivers as a head coach. He coached the All-Star game in 2020. Oh wow.
It's a mess.
I didn't know that. Is that a bad rule?
Well, I mean, do you want redundancy? You want redundancy?
I don't mind it. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind it. Because my whole thing is if the team at the time is the best team in the NBA at that time, their head coach should get the ability should get rewarded for that, just like the NBA players do. It shouldn't be a year hold off for that. That's like that's a little OD. Because it like that means because did you have a problem with Steve Kerr for all those years when Steve Kerr was the number one team in the Western Conference? Would you have a problem with him being the head coach in, you know what I'm saying, in the All-Star game every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
Because I
because it
wouldn't.
should have been Mark Jackson. No, I'm fucking with you.
I mean, that part don't even bother me because it's not like it's really coaching going on anyway. But I think that just goes on their resume for negotiation leverage, and other coaches probably during their union, because you got a coaches union as well. They probably brought that up and inserted that into a previous CBA, and everybody voted and agreed. Like, okay, let's have participation trophies for coaches for the All-Star game.
Hey, while we talking, Rap God, if you can you please explain to me why it's a bad win for the Lakers? Because I literally need to know that. But no, I don't know. I feel like this is a dumb rule. Like, this is a rule that's like a like you were saying, like it's a participation trophy to like coaches, so that coaches can always
Consolary
get
prize. Yeah.
it can always be some parity. Yeah, it can always be some parity when it comes to all-star coaching and like I don't.
Because they're
They're
not
not gonna
running
coach
any
anyway.
players.
Yeah, it's not like they're doing anything anyway. So you might as well reward it to the
And
person.
then you got to look at it like this too. Now, just say if there's some skullduggery going on, for a coach like Pop, Pat, Casey Jones, having this kind of dominance coaching All-Star, that they're whispering in some of these All-Star player ears,
Yeah.
and maybe to prevent some of that kind of tampering, they might kind of break it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because who could stop it? Who could prevent that? If I'm coaching All-Star 4 years straight, and most All-Stars are perennial, very few get shaken in, like maybe 4 or 5 at the most, but the rest of the 25 are damn near All-Star anyway. They All-Stars every
Yeah.
year. So who could, you contract year and you got a, this heavy All-Star coach coming in whispering at you, hey man, we need a power forward. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm in to cut nobody off, but did Tony Snell get picked up?
I
Why
need
you
to check
mention
that.
Tony Snell?
No,
Oh no, y'all ain't heard about the Tony Snell situation?
no.
I
I heard
I
about it.
heard a
That's what
little
I'm
bit.
trying to.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
he
trying to.
got something
I'm trying
going
to
on with
see.
his family. He need medical
Tony
care and
Snell
stuff like
remains without an NBA.
Oh man,
Yeah,
ain't
Tony
that
Snell
about
remains
it?
without an NBA contract at deadline passes. Now,
Man, what they gonna do with what's the deadline? It's over?
it was
No,
yeah, it was
February
Friday.
8th.
Oh, they did them dirty.
Yeah, it was
No,
Friday.
no, it's still
It,
it's still
no,
open, ain't it?
no.
Well, Adam Silver, they
Not
can
the
pull an
trade,
executive order. They're gonna
not
take
the
care of
trade deadline. Not the trade deadline.
Oh,
Yeah, it was not the trade
it.
deadline.
Nah, it was
No, this was
Friday. I think it
so
was
so
this week.
your
yeah,
everybody
the
roster,
deadline was February
That's
2nd.
messed up. They
Yeah, it was
could
so
February
have
2nd.
everybody
Tony
roster
Snell.
got to be set at February 8th, right? I mean, that's it. No, the
Well,
buyout and all
no,
that is done, right?
Shit he done did for this league.
not that.
Uh-huh.
The name of it is escaping me, but the deadline for basically signing like free agents and stuff
Uh-huh.
that ends in February 2nd. Now the
Okay.
trade deadline and the buyout deadline, like those are different. Those are separate dates.
So what's the buyout deadline? It's not February 8th?
I can tell you in 1 second.
Man, they should have taken care of Tony Snell.
I mean, March 1st.
Oh, it's March 1st. Okay.
Yeah, March 1st.
That's
And
when
then the
everything, the
trade
roster
deadline
is
is
locked in.
yeah, and then the trade deadline is the middle of February. So I'm thinking about a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still open.
Yeah, the trade deadline and the buyout deadline is open.
Okay.
It's basically the deadline for signing free agents like vets and stuff.
Gotcha. So free agency is over with.
Yeah.
What you mean it's over?
Free agency, not like exactly free agency. I'll get the name.
Listen,
Yeah.
after the trade deadline, you're still gonna have to. You're still gonna be like some pickups too. Like after the
I think
trade
that's the
deadline.
buyout
You know
market.
what that's called?
After the trade deadline, you have the buyout market.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last thing that shuts down the buyout market.
Yeah, that's
After the
all I'm
buyout
saying.
market, your team is stuck. You can't. I think you can't add to the roster unless you add off the G League or injury reserve or something like that. If it's an injury or something like that, you can add off up to your roster. But like I said, the rules change so often, so it's hard to keep up with.
All right. Here it says there's a strict requirement for players to be on an NBA roster for the rest of the season by February 2nd.
Okay.
Oh, man, fuck Tony Snell, man.
No, because if we're being honest, nobody thought about Tony Snell until this report came out a week ago. They wanted somebody to pull out that checkbook so fast. be like, oh man, we'll sign you, man.
So is he having one of these? What's that kid that played with Cleveland in Dallas? Delonte West. He's having a Delonte West moment.
No, I know what it is. He got 2 autistic kids, and he need the medical. I think if he got picked up by Friday, he would be in the NBA's like medical care for like forever or something like that. Or like he'll be eligible for their care or something. Something specific.
It's a retiree program.
Yeah.
So they did him like that.
That's why I said it. It was public. I mean, everybody was talking about it and then the shit. But you tell me nobody could have just picked him up for a week?
No, because he would have to. Even though he would sign for a 10-day, right?
That's some bullshit.
Like these are
you have to make the roster.
These are spots that like you're asking me to give up on said player, something like that, and they couldn't sign with me later.
He's gonna be going at the end of the season.
You said what?
He will be going at the end of the season.
No, but I'm saying, like in the Mavericks case, let's say the Mavericks were thinking about you want me to give up on a young player like Brandon Williams, right? You want me to give up on a young player like
Charlotte should have picked him up, goddamn it. They got some people they could have gave up on. They could have found him a place. They could have got him somewhere in this league.
Yeah, Charlotte could have gave him a shot, but Charlotte don't look like Charlotte got bigger problems on their hand.
Yeah, but what
Charlie
I'm saying
don't care
is,
about that
I
man.
was I ain't advocating to sign Tony Snell and make him a part of your building process. So I was just talking about having him in there just so he could be eligible and cut him, whatever the hell they could do after that. That's all I was saying. I ain't saying keep getting.
I mean, Charlotte is deeply invested in Anthony Mensah.
They'll have to pay him too.
Yeah, you got to pay him.
Yeah, that's his hard. That's their hard-earned money, man. I'm not gonna get it as much as I feel for the brother, right? Because I know it's tough out here, and that's somebody else's hard-working money, man. I can't ask them to, you know what I'm saying, bend over backwards, pause,
the sacrifice.
To look out for somebody that, I mean, and being honest, like his story is sad, but they don't know him like that, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tough situation, but in the same token, like,
well, the commissioner should give him an exempt. If it's that bad, get a commissioner exempt.
And hold on, quiet as kept. If I'm correct, he does not have to get signed this year. He didn't have to get signed this year. He just got to make 10 years, so he could get signed next year. It's always next year. Like it's not a 10-year consecutive thing. Like you just have to you just have to be there for 10 years. Because PJ Tucker is a part of the retiree program. We all know he was eliminated from the NBA for a substantial amount of time and had to go overseas. So like
PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, man. What the hell are you doing these days? He wasting away in LA?
No, they're using him. Tyronn Lue, he's smart. He got PJ Tucker playing the micro ball lineup with Kawhi, PG, Harden, and Terrence Mann. But he's only giving them so many minutes. He's just not what he once was as far as like a corner 3-point shooter. So it's probably for the best. We're keeping it a stack. I'm gonna tell you, man, that Bucks game was fun. It was fun for me because I'm a Bucks. It's fun for me because I'm a Bucks fan, right?
Break
Maybe
it
not so
down.
much for Dallas.
Break
For
it
Dallas
down.
fans. You said what?
I said break the game down.
No. Well, to start the game off, like we were terrible. Luca had the Mavericks up by like 20, like going into the second quarter. It was some nasty work. And so like you knew that the Bucks had to come out with more passion, but they did in the first game in the second quarter what they were doing for the rest of the game. They were adamant on just outscoring the Dallas Mavericks. Like the Dallas Mavericks scored like 44 in the first quarter. They were struggling to get past like 25. Like I think they got over 25 in the third quarter. But other than that, like the Bucks were just getting quick. It was quick work, and a large part of to that was due to Giannis. He was just playing efficient basketball. He was demanding the basketball. He was dominant. Knowing that the Dallas Mavericks don't have really a front court that can mess with them, really in the NBA, but specifically the Dallas Mavericks have no front court piece that can mess with them as far as rim protection wise. He was just going to the rim whenever he felt like it. Mix that in with the fact that Dame went 5 for 5 from the 3-point line this tonight, and then he only took 11 shots. He made 10 of them. Like this was like majorly efficient basketball being played by the Bucks. The spacing looked better. I've been saying this since Doc Rivers signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. The bright side of this is the basketball that everybody's been pandering for, the Dame and Giannis pick and rolls. It's being ran. Giannis is being used sort of in the Embiid sense. He would get the ball at the high key and he would be able to play from there, or he gets the ball on like typically the left wing, not the left wing, the left post, and he gets to work there. And what's beautiful about this team for Doc Rivers is he has a plethora of floor spacers: Brooke Lopez, Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, Jay Crowder, and that's before you even get to Damian Lillard, who, when he's shooting like this is the prolific scorer that we traded for. So Giannis really, he gets to play his own game without any worries. And so this was just a dominant game by the Bucks for the most part. That first quarter, I'm not holding against them because Dallas is just that good offensively. But if they're going to be playing defense like they did in the second quarter, while also maintaining the offensive load, like collectively that they did on a night-to-night basis, we got ourselves a matchup in the postseason when it comes to the Bucks versus the Celtics, if this is real. Oh, also points in the paint. Bucks 64 to Dallas 40. So that should tell you how we were dominating.
Good call. What y'all think about that trade with the Rockets?
For
Steven Adams.
Oh, you talking about the Grizzlies to Rockets trade?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like it. I think Steven Adams is exactly what the Rockets need. I don't know how serious the injury is that he got early on in a season that sort of ended his season. That there's that. But on the bright side, I think Steven Adams, just as far as a veteran that comes in ready to work, he leads by example. And he gives them more size, because if you listen to the Rocket Circle, one of the main things they've been requesting, or not requesting, but the main thing they've been complaining about is the Rockets don't have enough size. Sengun's only 6'10", 6'11". They need them a legit 7-footer to be able to back him so he doesn't have to play so many minutes. And a big that can also be able to be on the floor with him, because Sengun can shoot the ball when need be. So I think Steven Adams is perfect. On the flip side for the Grizzlies, I think the Grizzlies they're playing it smart. They're not getting too hasty trying to go for the jugular on getting a star piece to pair alongside the Grizzlies. Not that any of the stars that's like been out here in trade talks would even look good for this Grizzlies team, but they're playing it smart. They're going to go in the draft. They have the young players, Desmond Bain, John Moran, Jared Jackson Jr. They're still young. They're under 25, so they're fine. And they're going to go in the draft and see if they can get a steal in this draft, and they're going to go into the offseason and try to build this team correctly. I think that the winner in all of this in the long run is the Grizzlies, because the Grizzlies got off of that contract that Steven Adams was on, and they also got some draft compensation that can be able to make them they can be able to make them, if they make the right decisions, a dangerous piece in the Western Conference for years to come.
I agree with that. Sure, it's crazy. So, what are your Bucks fall in all of this?
As far as what?
Can they beat Boston?
The $1 million question. Can they beat Boston? Yes. The question is, will they? That's an interesting question. I think that they will, just because I don't believe in Jason Tatum. The more and more I'm watching the Boston Celtics, the more I'm like, they can have all the talent in the world, but if Jason Tatum,
Oh boy, here we go.
no, I mean, shit, what you want me to tell you? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, the more and more I'm watching Jason Tatum, because we got to keep it. We have to be honest. Jason Tatum has it's an interesting, to say the least, track record when it comes to postseason performances. I call him, or me and my crew call him 50-50 Tatum, because you don't know which one you're going to get on a night-to-night basis in the postseason. One night he could drop 30, 7 and 8, giving you great defense, showing why he should be a top 5 candidate, like a top 5 player in the NBA. And then the other nights he gives you 25 on bad efficiency. And when you look at the jump shot, the shot chart, you see that a lot of them was at the 3-point line. And you'd be like, bro, this is this 6'10" James Harden. So, like, you don't know what you're going to get from Tatum, and specifically this season. Forget about the record for the Boston Celtics, because the Boston Celtics, they were going to sleepwalk to the best record in the NBA. Like, let's keep it a stack. But when you're looking at them in big games, screw big games. They went up against the Indiana Pacers, and Jason Tatum had a easy possession, multiple easy possessions to score against Benedict Mathurin, which if y'all don't know, Benedict Mathurin is not a good defender, and he's 4 inches shorter than Jason Tatum. Would you like to guess what on each of those 3 possessions Jason Tatum did when
Fade away?
Nope. But you're getting warm. It's around the ballpark of that. It's a contested shot. He likes to do it a lot. And it's at the 3-point line. He stepped
Not
back.
the step back.
He stepped back.
Not the JT step back.
Yes, he stepped back. Not to mention what he did against the Boston Celtics. Not the Boston Celtics, against the Clippers. The way he played, being lackadaisical, not motivated, not really playing defense the way that we know he can. You know what I'm saying? Even in the game where they're winning, right? I think an argument can be made. They're winning, but it's not as decisively as you would like them to be winning. Right, even when they played my Bucks early on in the season, not the latest one, but the game in November, they won. But do you guys remember exactly how Jason Tatum played? Because it wasn't great. He took 9 threes, and 9 of them were all contested. He made 2 of them, but outside of that, he was basically like adamant on shooting threes and forcing his the defense to essentially try to look at him like how everybody's looking at him right now, which is James Harden. Because my Bucks were actually guarding him for the drive because they thought that, well, he played against Charlotte that night, right? And y'all remember that game where they lost to Charlotte, and he was, you know what I'm saying, he was playing, really, to tell you the truth, the best game you could possibly see Jason Tatum play. He was getting it going from the three-point line. He was driving to the rim. He was basically getting whatever he wanted, not to mention the stretch of him forcing the referees to blow the whistle. So he was playing a perfect game. They just lost that game. Then you go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. He does everything but that. He starts forcing it from the three-point line. And even when he's shooting mid-ranges, I'd argue he was going for the Kobe-esque mid-range shots. Like, he wasn't making it any easier on himself. So, like, it's really on Jason Tatum on if the Boston Celtics are going to win. And that's something that I just don't believe. I don't believe that he is a number one on the championship team. I don't think he could be the best player on the championship team because I think the situations he's been in for the Boston Celtics have been too many opportune situations for him to win a championship, and they don't get it done in large part due to him making, bad mistakes in late games, him not shooting the ball, him not shooting the ball efficiently, or him choosing to shoot from the three-point line rather than forcing contact at the rim. Like, I just think that his game leaves a lot to be desired. I definitely don't believe in Mr. Left-hand bandit Jaylen Brown. Kristaps Porzingis, I think, Kristaps and Drew Holiday, I think, are the equalizers, because I think that what Drew brings defensively and Kristaps, what he brings as a floor spacer, I think that that's what makes this a little bit more of a dangerous pick. But if I have to go with anybody, and I'm a Bucks guy, I'm going to ride with the Bucks, because if Giannis gives you nothing else, he's going to give you elite defense while also being a great facilitator, a great rebounder. And even on the scoring front, that's not even his strength, and he still manages to give you 30 plus. So I think he damages everything that the Celtics want to do because of how much pressure he puts around the rim. And then Dame, on the flip side, like, I know what everybody is accusing him of as far as being a first round merchant, which, if you guys don't know, like, when it comes to the first round, like, Dame is fantastic in the first round. Outside of the first round, not really that good. But on the flip side, Dame never had a team like what he has right now. This is a lot of offensive power. And more than anything, this is translatable offensive power. Like, it's nothing unrealistic about what's going on with the Bucks.
No, I totally agree. Listen, Kaz, we about to get up out of here. We're going to pull back up tomorrow. And we're going to definitely get rocking and rolling, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. It's Flight Sports.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.